Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I've got a really quick cook for you. We're going to be grilling up pork chops on our pellet smoker today. So let's get into it. Hey, that's right guys, so today we're grilling pork chops. My guy Scott Fisher over at Happy to Meet You sent me some awesome looking chops from his shop. Full disclosure here, my guy Dom over at Grilla Grills, they sent me a Grilla Grills Silverbac Alpha model to try out. So that's what we're going to cook on today. I'm kind of curious to see if we're going to be able to get this grill hot enough to get some really good sear marks on these pork chops with our grill grates. So that's what we're going to try. In addition, we're going to be using some B&B pecan pellets. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so as you can see here, we've got us our chops here. We've got us a pork loin rib chop here. Man, this is a great looking pork chop. And we've got us some center cut pork chops here. And we're going to get these things seasoned up, so let's go. Alright, so our first layer is going to be our Sucklebusters SPG. So we're just going to sprinkle this all over. And again guys, you want to kind of sprinkle hot so you get a good even coat across these chops. So our next coat, we're going to come with our Mad Raccoon, and this is our smoking hot. So again, we're going to get us a good even coat across these chops. And the one thing about this Mad Raccoon, man, is it gives a beautiful color. Then we'll get these flipped over and get the other side. You know, aside from just the color of this Mad Raccoon, it's got a great smoky aroma to it. Tastes great straight out of the bottle too. We'll make sure we pick up the excess rub on the board with the sides of our pork chops. Alright guys, so we're going to be doing a hot and fast cook today. I've got the grill set up to 425 degrees, and I'm going to use my grill grates because we're grilling some pork chops. So I'm just going to take these grill grates that I have, and we're just going to lay them right on top of the rack here, and we're going to let it get heated up. So you don't have to use grill grates, but I choose to use them because I just like the way that they cook, and I like the hash marks that they leave on my pork chops and steaks or whatever. So that's what I'm going to do today, and we're going to let this get heated up. If you don't have grill grates and you want to get grill grates, guys, look down in the description box and you'll see a link for grill grates. So go ahead and check that out. But we're going to go ahead and let this thing get heated up here, and I'll bring you back in a little bit. Alright guys, so our grill with our grill grates is heated up now. So the first step to getting these chops on is we're going to spray them with a little oil here. And then we're going to get these put onto our grill. So guys, the key here is when you put your pork chops on, you want to pay attention to the orientation if you're going to be making your grill marks like squares or diamonds. So I kind of pay attention to the shape of the meat when I put it onto the grill, and then I know which way I want to go, whether I want to go a half turn to make it 90 degree or squares, or if I want to go 45 degrees to make it diamonds. Alright guys, so it's been about a minute or so. We're going to flip it over, and what we're doing is we're paying attention to our orientation of our pork chops, and we're literally going to flip them over so that they're in the same position they are, just on the opposite side. Before we flip, we're going to go ahead and spray our chops. And now we can flip. Now this chop is a little thicker, so I'm going to give this just a little bit more time. Okay, we're gonna get our thicker chop flipped over here. Give it a little press. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and get these guys flipped over again. And before we do that, we're gonna spray. I'm leaving this one alone because it's a little thicker chop, so we're gonna give it more time. Now these guys here, we're gonna turn, and let's say we're gonna do a square pattern, so we're gonna turn it 90 degrees. So what I'm paying attention to is the bone right here, and this point is going this way right now. So obviously if I'm gonna turn it 90, we're gonna go this way. So we're gonna flip it over and this way, pointing this way. So here we go. We'll give it a little press. And then we're gonna get this guy flipped over. And we'll close it up and let it keep going. Alright gang, so it's time for us to get these guys flipped again, but we're going to go ahead and spray it first. And now we're just going to literally flip it straight over. And we really didn't get a good square mark there. You know, we've got this bone here that kind of keeps some of this from keeping contact with the grill, but hey, it's okay. It's all backyard cooking, right? Now this one, we're going to go ahead and get flipped. We're going to spray it. And we're paying attention to our bone pointing this way, so we're going to have that bone pointing this way. So we're going to flip it over. Just like that. Give it a press. And then we're going to check our temperatures here. Now on pork chops, I'm looking for a 145 temperature. And we kind of overshot it a little bit, and that's fine. This one here is at 148, so we're at 148, 149, which means these guys are good to go. We can pull them off. And I'm going to go ahead and pull these two off because they are thinner and I don't want them to dry out. Since we're here, we'll go ahead and check the temperature on this one. And we're looking for 145 for completion. And we're only at 107 right now on this one. So we've got a little ways to go. Alright guys, it's time for us to get our final flip in for this last pork chop. We're going to start off by spraying it. And now we'll get it flipped over. Press. And we are going to check our temperature. And again, we're looking for a 145 internal. We're about 135 right now. So we'll close it up and just let it keep going. Alright guys, it's time for us to get our chop off of here. Alright, so let's talk about what we did with this cook today. Today was a really fast and simple cook. We grilled up some pork chops. So we got them seasoned up with Sucklebusters SPG as our first initial base layer, and then we followed that up with Mad Raccoon smoking hot. We got our Grilla Grills here fired up, put our grill grates onto it, and we ran the grill up to 450 degrees. Once we got the grill up to temperature, we put the pork chops on and cooked them to an internal temperature of 145 degrees. Once we hit that 145, we pulled these pork chops off, wrapped them up in some foil, and let them rest. So now you're caught up to what we did today, and it's time to cut open these pork chops and check them out, all right? So let's get into it. All right, guys, so here's our pork chops. This one, again, was our rib chop, and it's a little bit thicker, and this one is our center cut chop. So You can kind of see the marks were really uneven. I kind of struggled with the grill to get the temperatures on the grill grates that I wanted. So, you know, hey, it's the first time that I've really cooked on this grill, so I have to kind of learn it to get a little better mark. This one you can see I really didn't get the marks that I was looking for. The color is not that bad. It doesn't look, you know, super pale or super dark, so it's kind of in the middle, so it was a pretty decent cook. And man, it's time to go ahead and give these things a try, so let's go ahead and cut into it, and let's see what we got. All right, so here's our cut, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's done pretty well there. So we're gonna give this a taste, man. All right, hey, before I taste this, guys, as I always tell you in my videos, if you enjoyed what you saw here and you found some value in it, hey, you might want to check out a couple of videos that I got posted right here and click that subscribe button up there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers. Okay, I couldn't take off like that. Man, these pork chops are off the hook. My man Scott has some really good meats over there, and I'm telling you, this had the perfect amount of fat on this pork chop. So this is probably one of the best pork chops I've had in a really long time. So I'm gonna tell you guys, man, I'm gonna have his information down below in the description box, so you guys might want to make sure you go check out Happy to Meet You and tell them the Dawgfatha sent you. I'm getting back into this pork chop. Cheers.